it's Amanda here, and today we're going to talk about the NARS holiday collection. This is the 24 karat collection. I think that it's sort of referencing the year 2024, 24 karat, everything's gold. Get it? Pretty sure that's where they're going with that. Not only is this their holiday collection, but according to this little card that they sent with the PR package, NARS is also celebrating their 30th anniversary as a brand. The 24 karat collection is currently available. You can find the pieces on the NARS website as well as Ulta and Sephora. I'll check around online and see if there are any other retailers that typically carry NARS that have any of these pieces on their site too. So just check the description box. I will link anything I can find down there for you. They did send me 4 pieces from the collection. I just went and looked online to see the prices, and it seems like there are a couple of other individual pieces and sets as well. So I do have a little sampling here. I do not have everything. This is not going to be an exhaustive holiday collection video. So they sent over one of the palettes. There are 2 different color versions. So there's a light to medium and then a medium to deep. So they sent me the lighter version. This is the Pure Luxury Light Reflecting Cheek and Eye Palette 1. So 2 is the deeper color version. I gotta wipe it off before I show it to you. This does get very dirty. So this is the palette, has 5 colors inside. This is priced at 60 US dollars. Then they sent me the single shadow in the shade Gold Rush. My shadow actually was cracked when it arrived, so I had to repress it into the pan. Not really that big of a deal, honestly. I'm not upset about it or anything, but I did want to mention it in case you order this. Just know mine did break, and that is very unusual for me for NARS products. But this is just a little super shimmery gold single eyeshadow. And then they also sent me 2 of these little mini sets, which I'm not going to open up and swatch because I have already previously used these products and these colors on my channel before. So I'm going to leave these untouched and include them in a little giveaway that I have coming up soon. I always do a lot of giveaways around the holiday time, so keep an eye out for that. I'm not going to include these swatched or applied in today's video so that I can give them away to one of you. But just FYI, there's the Afterglow Liquid Blush Duo, and then this is a little Power Matte Lip Duo. I've used these exact products on my channel before, so I am going to save these to give away to one of my friends in the future. So let's take a close-up look at the packaging. I'll show you some swatches, and I'll also show you both of these things in action on my face today, and I'll give you all my thoughts along the way. This is the limited edition Pure Luxury Light Reflecting Cheek and Eye Palette 1. Like I said, palette 2 is the deeper version. This is priced at 60 US dollars for the palette. It comes with a highlighter and a bronzer on top in the 2 bigger rectangular pans, and then 3 blushes below in the little square pans. They're also saying that this can be used for the eyes as well, and that's pretty much true of most cheek palettes, I would assume. I really like the packaging here. I love the outer packaging that we see with this like wavy gold, and then we see those waves printed on these baked powders inside. I really love the look of this. It seems so rich and silky, and these powders are definitely silky. Rich is not really a word that I would use. They have a definite sheer wash of color type of effect, which is fine, but I just feel like it doesn't really match the opulent nature of that golden holiday packaging. And I think I also have a problem with it because even though in the wording they do say it's supposed to be this natural luminous wash of color and it's supposed to be very soft focus type of look, but their swatches on their website make this look like it's a super pigmented palette. And you can see my swatches here, and I think these look fine. I just wish that it was marketed more that way. In the end, all that does is ensure that this palette gets into the wrong customer's hands because there is somebody out there, there's a lot of people out there who want this soft color palette for the cheeks, but this is what it looks like on the website. Look at the swatches on the arms. Looks nothing like what this palette looks like in life. If I go online and buy a palette based on this swatch appearance and then the product that I have shows up, I would definitely be disappointed. Personally, I think the online swatch version appeals to me a little bit more. After using this palette, I did find myself just wanting a little bit more in the way of pigmentation and also just really getting that glowy type of look because this is so soft. I feel like my skin tint underneath is really adding just as much glow to my skin as these powders. So I do wish they were just a little bit more impactful for me personally. And I think of all of the powders that I've tried, which at this point I have worn all of these five different shades, the bronzer is the least impressive pigmentation wise. I do think that the blushes are the highest performers for me, especially that brightest pink blush. You can see it's quite shimmery. That one's called Red Dust. The blush does really well for me. I also like the highlighter, and I am someone who tends to enjoy a very soft, glowy, lit from within type of highlight product, especially because I do like a glowy blush as well. So I like this highlighter and I like the blushes. I think the bronzer is a little bit disappointing for me. I do need to try it with just a super dense brush to see if I can get a little bit closer to the effect that I prefer. But that's also not that big of a deal breaker for me because I do tend to reach for my blush and highlighter more often in all of my cheek palettes. I'm just not a huge bronzer wearer in general. So I can overlook a lackluster bronzer for blushes and highlighters that I really enjoy. And that's just sort of my own personal preference, right? There are plenty of people who need the bronzer to be top tier, and they probably would not like this palette very much. Now we're going to talk about the Gold Rush eyeshadow. This is a single shadow and it comes in a little special single shadow compact, this gold with the pink NARS logo. Very cute. I'm also happy that this little compact can be swapped out. It's refillable with the other NARS singles, and that's good for me because my eyeshadow is broken. Oh no. Now, it was cracked and it wasn't completely shattered, but it was pretty well destroyed in the pan. So I just repressed it as best I could, and it still works just fine. You can see it's a lovely gold eyeshadow with a ton of silver sparkles inside. I think this is really pretty, definitely the type of color that I would just one and done wear anytime. And I'm glad that it's gold. I felt like the cheek palette was missing some of that golden element. I just wished for a little bit more gold because it's gold packaging, you know? It's 24 karat collection, and I just don't feel like I was getting enough actual gold makeup. So I'm glad that they sent this single eyeshadow. I really think that it's perfect for the collection. I personally think that it would be better off as part of a quad or maybe even a duo just because 22 for one eyeshadow is very steep. I've definitely paid that much for a single eyeshadow before, but it's always something with like a crazy multi-chrome, something super special that I know the ingredients, the raw ingredients are super special and expensive. So then I kind of justify having a 20 plus dollar pan of eyeshadow. But this is pretty. Don't get me wrong. It looks great. It wore well. I wore it for a long time and it's pretty. But it doesn't have that special wow factor for a $22 single eyeshadow that I personally am looking for. It's a nice eyeshadow. I liked wearing it. I would wear it again. I can't travel with it because I'm afraid that it will explode all over the place. But it's pretty. It's just not
worth the price tag. I hate to say it. I mean, there's somebody out there who this is perfect for and that's in their budget and they want to pay it. I'm not eyeshadow shaming them. I just, for me, it wouldn't be in the budget for this particular one gold eyeshadow when I have 100 gold eyeshadows likely in my whole collection. So perhaps it's just that I am not the target audience for this. At the end of the day, though, I think my makeup looks really pretty. It went on easily, it wore beautifully throughout the day. I can see myself using everything again. So, if you're looking for a very soft wash of color type of neutral staple, then this is exactly what you're looking for. Personally, I'm not necessarily seeking that out for myself right now, but they work well for that. So, if that's what you're in the market for, then this collection's got something for you for sure.
Ultimately, I want to like these things more than I actually like them. Unfortunately, I think the packaging looks so pretty and special and opulent, then the actual colors and formulas inside just don't quite live up to that special luxury type of feeling. In my opinion, I just wanted something a little bit more impactful as far as color story and formulation goes. The single shadow, it's not bad by any means. I think it looks nice on, it feels nice to the touch, but for $22 for an eyeshadow, I just want something that feels really, really special. If I'm going to invest that much in one eyeshadow, I'm much more likely to go to an indie brand and get something that has a multi-chrome or an unusual color or something like that. So it's not terrible. I just don't think it lives up to the price point. And I kind of feel the same way about this cheek palette. I have a feeling a lot of people really won't like this. I don't mind a more subtle look. And honestly, the makeup that I'm wearing right now, this NARS makeup, it looks very similar to what I was wearing yesterday on a non-filming day. I do often go for something that is just a few minutes to apply, definitely more of a subtle. I don't like to use like natural or everyday because I think that that might come across the wrong way, but just a quick and easy, very, very chill type of makeup that only takes me a few minutes, that's not super strenuous, not super exciting. I do like to wear makeup like that quite often, and I can see this palette fitting into a routine like that. But here's what I'll say. This is very soft. It's very buildable. I think that it looks quite nice and natural and easy breezy on my face. So I think that it looks good, but I do think that it does take a little bit of building up even on me, and I'm pretty pale. I can see people being a little bit disappointed in the pigmentation of this baked formula. I can appreciate this. I can appreciate a look like this, but I also don't see myself reaching for this over my Hourglass holiday palette from a year or two ago that I still use all the time. That has a subtlety. It has the baked powders, but it does have a little bit more of an impactful color on the face than this NARS one. So while I personally can see myself using this and even traveling with this. I like all of the blush colors. All of these shades work nicely for me. I like the little kind of subtle natural look. I can see this being a bit of a disappointment, especially for that $60 price point for somebody who does expect that more high pigmentation, high impact NARS formula. I think there's a big customer base for a product like this. But if that's not what you're looking for and that's not what you're expecting, this might be a bit of a letdown. At the end of the day, I will still use these things and I can see these fitting into my personal style, my personal aesthetic, but I can also see how they're just lacking a little bit of that special factor, a little bit of that oomph that I think a lot of us really want from a holiday release. So unfortunately, I do feel a little wishy-washy about these. I'm a big fan of the NARS, especially cheek palettes, but just their releases in general tend to be pretty high performing for me. So this does feel a little, it feels a little below par for the course for me. But that's just one girl's opinion. I would love to hear what you think about these products. Are you interested in anything? Have any of the other sets or pieces that I don't have here caught your eye? Even though I'm not obsessed with everything here, I would still be open to trying some of the other sets. Let me know if you want to see any of these other pieces. Maybe I can pick them up in a future little holiday haul or something like that. I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, sorry, I scared Maggie. Okay, alright. Ma'am, simmer down, please. Thank you. I think I'm getting sick. Okay, I don't want to put that out there. I don't want to put it out into the world, but I think it might be happening. So I gotta try to film another video today. It's fine. Focus. What was I saying? Dang it. That was so weird. Work for that paycheck, editing Amanda. If you knew the state of AdSense right now. Huh? Did that even make sense? Who is she? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Look, I'm sensing a theme here. This is the Tarte holiday, NARS holiday. Who else is doing gold? What's Max gonna look like? Oh, have we seen any sneak peeks? Where would the sneak peeks be? I don't follow makeup news pages anymore because their comment sections stress me out. Okay, that's Tarte, YSL, Patrick Tot. No, no, I don't want to watch that. Okay, who's this? Smashbox, no. Oh, what's that? By Terry. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, what's this? Dolly Parton has a lip line. That's ABH. Barney's exclusive Hourglass palettes. Those look pretty. Hello Kitty. Oh, that's a Wet n Wild collection. No, do we have a MAC? Here's the MAC holiday, and it's gold! I knew it! I knew it! Look at that. Gift of Gold collection. Are those cream blushes? Yes. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna be getting a lot of this stuff. This looks pretty. I'm sure the eyeshadow palettes suck as usual. Cheek Duo looks cute. Lots of lips as usual. Kind of lip sets. Oh, I can't say that word. Oops. Okay. When is this coming out? Coming soon. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on that because I want that for sure. Definitely want the cream blushes. Definitely want the cheek duo. Definitely getting some of the lips. Eyeshadow palettes probably are a flop because they always are. That brush set looks kind of cool. All right. Go look at the MAC stuff and see what you think I should get so that I can blame you when I buy it all. I'm just kidding. I love your face. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye.